Hey guys, so we're doing another cooking video today. Real quick before we get started, I thought that I would make this a weekly thing because it's really fun to do, to be honest, and people seem to enjoy watching it. So I'm gonna try to get these out every Tuesday if I can. Today it might come out on Monday, but we'll see. But yeah, every Tuesday I'm gonna try to do a new cooking video and pick something new to do. And today we are doing pizza from scratch, pretty much. We're making the dough, we're making the sauce. The only thing, I bought sausage and mushroom to put on it, and some mozz. But yeah, we're making most of what goes into it. Yeah, the only thing I'm not making is like the sausage, and I don't have a grinder and shit, so we're not doing that. But yeah, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so I already weighed out the dough stuff because, I mean, last time I did a video and I didn't weigh it all out. I had about 30 minutes of me running around the kitchen trying to weigh shit out. And you guys saw maybe 10 seconds of that. So, first thing, 2 cups of flour. Bam. This is 3/4 cup of warm water. It's at like 105 degrees or so, something like that. This is 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I have like a garlic olive oil because it was cheap. It's pizza, it'll be fine. It's 1 teaspoon of sugar. This is 1 pack of yeast. It's like a pizza crust yeast. So I assume it'll be fine for pizza crust. And this is 3/4 of a teaspoon of sugar. That's all you need for pizza crust. Pretty easy. Let's do the first fucking step. Now then, first thing we have to do, we have to get this yeast to activate. What you do with that is water the yeast, and you can put the sugar in because then the yeast has something to feed on. You never put salt in with the yeast, it will kill it. It will not work if you put salt in with the yeast first. You have to do that when you're mixing in the flour and such. So let's get that going. Water. Sugar. Oh, where's my whisk? Ah, found it. And yeast. 1 envelope. I think we should take a minute to appreciate how weird yeast looks. It just looks like little brown bean things. Let's push this guy up. Alright, for lack of other mixing bowls, I'm going to put this in here to sit and activate. And I'm going to wash this bowl out and use it for the dry ingredients. So, let's do the next thing here. Flour. And salt. Now I was going to do this dough by hand, but I have a mixing thing. A mixer. A mixing thing. I have a mixer that I can use. So I think I'm going to use that, because by hand just sounds like a pain and I don't really want to deal with it. So I think I'm going to just use my hand mixer thing. Hand mixer. Alright, so I have to give this yeast concoction about 5 minutes to just sit there and activate and do its thing. It's not going to be too long. And then we're going to mix that in here, the yeast and the flour. That thing and that thing. And then we're going to put in the oil. And yeah, and then we'll knead the dough. And it should be pretty good. So I'll see you guys in about probably 3 or 4 minutes. For you it'll be 2 seconds. So it's been about 5 minutes. So that you should be fine. So we're going to mix that in here now. We're going to mix it in the oil. And then we're going to knead this dough up. I'm going to do a little bit by hand now. This might seem really simple, but if you wet a paper towel or a rag and put it on the damn cutting board, it won't slide around the whole fucking time. It's amazing how many people don't actually know to do that. Alright, so this is what we got dough-wise so far. I'm going to knead it some more, because it needs to get a little bit more stringy? I don't know. It needs to get a little bit tougher, a little bit more spry to it. And then we'll do the sauce, because this thing needs to sit and the yeast needs to puff it up a little bit. think this is good and needed. That's a good little ball of dough. Let's look at this. Alright, so this is our pizza dough. Nice and firm. It's a pretty good dough. I like this dough. I'm gonna find a container to put this in, and then we're gonna plastic wrap it because it's gotta be kind of enclosed so that the yeast it like gives off gases and puffs out and, you know, dough stuff. This plastic wrap sucks ass, dude. Alright, so we're gonna set those aside and then we're gonna do the sauce next. Yeah. Alright, let's get all of our sauce stuff out. I didn't pre-do that part. Alright, so before we get into me making the sauce, I forgot the garlic because I'm a big old dummy. It was gonna be like 2 cloves of diced garlic. Probably 1. Alright, so this will be a fairly simple pizza sauce. It's not gonna be anything too special. And I have is basil, oregano, tomatoes, tomato paste, sugar, salt, and Parmesan. And that's gonna probably be it. I could add onion and other stuff to it. Like garlic, maybe? But I kind of want it to be simple. I don't want it to be like overdone because there's gonna be toppings and cheese and stuff. It doesn't need all that. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is move this damn bowl out of the way. First thing I'm gonna do is cut these tomatoes up and get them in this bowl, and then we'll add in other stuff. We'll do it. Alright, so I'm going to burr mix this and add a little water. I want it to get to a good consistency, and then we'll add tomato paste, and then when we have the base of the tomato, I'll add in all the extra seasonings and shit, and we'll burr mix it one more time, and we should have a sauce. I'm not going to cook this beforehand because I kind of feel like it'll cook in the oven. I'll taste it and see. If I have to cook it beforehand, we'll put it on the damn stove top and cook it. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have to cook this after I get the stuff in here because, yeah, these tomatoes are a little too watery, and the sauce will probably end up seeping right through the dough if I do that. So let's get it all together, and then I'll put it on the stovetop, and we'll let it cook until, you know, the dough's ready, and I'm gonna do sausage and other stuff. Also, I'm curious. I just want to see this. I can't wait to be editing and see that. I cannot get a can opener that works to save my life. We have gone through so many can openers. Every one of them is a piece of junk. We're going to gauge it from there. I did like 2 tomatoes, and that's around 2 like tablespoons of tomato paste. So we'll see what this is like. Doing 3 tablespoons. I'm actually thinking that thickened it up pretty well with the tomato paste. I may not have to cook this because the oven's going to cook it on there anyway. Let me finish first. Next order of business, we're going to do the rest of it. We're going to do oregano. I got fresh oregano, fresh basil, and we're going to do, you can do it with dry oregano too. I would just put in a lot less because when you dry out herbs it like condenses the flavor a lot more. So you could end up with like a really powerful oregano if you put it as much as you do it fresh. Alright, let's do both of these at the same time. I'm going to get these just kind of rough chopped and put them in because I'm going to burr mix it up anyway. I'm a little worried I cut too many herbs. We're gonna just do about half of this first, give it a taste, and then see if I need more. I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm not using all of this though. I think I'm gonna overdo it if I do that. Alright, I'm gonna save the rest of these. Because I can make pizza through the week if I just get some more tomatoes. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. We're gonna add in Parmesan cheese into the sauce, because that's just what I like to do. I don't think I'm gonna have to cook this ahead, but it's like pretty thick as it is, and I don't think it's gonna leak through the dough. And especially after this cheese might dry it out too. Oh, what the hell? So, yeah, I think we'll be good to just put this on after the dough does its thing. So, now all we gotta do is put salt and sugar in it. I do salt and sugar to taste. Sugar is just a little bit, and that is just to round off the acidicness or the acidic back note of the tomatoes. Yeah, some people that I've worked with don't do that, and other people that I've worked with do that. I personally like putting sugar in a tomato sauce. It just, it rounds off the end of it. It's nice. Oh, also, if you've ever gotten a pizza from a place and the sauce was like way sweet, it's because they did way too much sugar. Like that right there is probably just about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and the cheese I put in was like about 1/2 cup. Yep, that's good. Got rid of that back note. And that was about 2 teaspoons of salt. And that's a good sauce. That's gonna work really well. And it's thickened up pretty well. So I'm not gonna have to cook the sauce ahead of time. I can put it right on the dough, and when it cooks in the oven, it'll cook. So we're gonna do the sausage next, I believe, because that dough is going up. It just needs a little bit more time. Also, maybe I should show you guys an actual view of the sauce, because you can't see it through this fucking bowl. Alright, so this is our sauce right now. Yeah, I was worried about it being runny the first time I did it, but it's pretty good how it is right now. Jimmy Dean ground sausage when you're too lazy to cut up sausage links. Yeah, I got ground sausage because I can just cook this off and then put it right on top, and I don't have to think. Well, not think. I don't have to like cook a whole sausage link off and then sit there and cut the thing down. And I like the ground sausage better anyway. Alright, we're gonna put sausage in, and I'm gonna break it apart and let it cook. We're gonna give this time to heat up and start cooking. I'll probably come over here real quick and like break it up a little bit, but we're gonna go over and we're gonna cut the mushrooms up into slices next. And then I'll check out the dough, and we'll look at the finished thing of this being cooked up. So let's go do that. So I have baby Bella mushrooms that we're going to cut up for this. I'm just going to do them in slices, and you don't need to really cook them ahead of time or anything. You put them on the pizza. While the pizza cooks, this cooks, sauce cooks, all of it cooks together. It's amazing. I love it. And with that last sentence, can you tell I did this because I'm lazy? Mushrooms are done. Alright, so some people will de-gill mushrooms, which is these little, the frilly brown things on the underside. I don't usually do that. I don't really care. If it's for me, like, I don't mind eating the damn frills. But there's some places that do that. There's other places that are really anal and make you peel the skin off the top of the mushroom, which no, I'm not doing, because this is for me, and I don't mind it. So, yeah. Let's go check on that sausage. Alright guys, so this is where we're at. That's our sausage there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the heat. And yeah, so we're gonna go check out the dough now. Let's go look at that bad boy. So here is our dough. I need to get it out of here real quick. And it has proofed up nice since we put it in our bowl. Now we can squish it down, and the reason you let that yeast rise up is it makes the bread fluffier, or the dough. So when you cook it, it'll get a lot more fluff to it for you. And it's a lot easier, especially with pizza, to manage the dough after it's had a lot of time to rise. And I think I'm going to hand toss this guy. Alright, so I was going to hand toss it, but it's a little bit more frail than I thought it would be. So we're going to rolling pin it now. So what I'm doing right now is I'm making a crust and also rounding it off a bit. Just basically I'm just using these fingers in and my hand out and patting it together. Now, it's not the most perfect circle in the world, but it was never going to be. And the crust is pretty good. It'll be good when it's done. So I'm going to put this on a baking sheet. I'll show you another thing to make sure the center doesn't rise up when we're doing this. And yeah, so I'm going to put this on a baking sheet. We're going to par bake this for about, I'm going to give it 10 minutes. I'll look at it, but you guys will see it when it's done, so that won't really matter. I'll let you know what the time was when it's done, in case people are actually following my mess of a video. But we'll do that now. Alright, so let me update you on what I have done. I only have one baking sheet, just like I have one mixing bowl, because I don't have any of them. What I've done is, since this is a square sheet pan, we've made it square. This is going to be a square pizza, it'll be fine. This is what you do with par baking to make sure the center doesn't rise up too much. You have to get a fork and poke holes in it, like so. When it cooks, the holes should close up a little bit anyway, and this prevents air from moving in here too much. So we just need to poke a bunch of holes in these real quick. So I have my oven getting preheated right now, and we'll put this in, and then So the oven is preheating right now, and then we'll put in the dough, and then after that I'll come back when the dough is done and we can make the pizza itself. So we'll see you guys then. Oven's preheated. So you guys know I have to do the oven vision again, right? So that was about 11 minutes. It was pretty close with 10. And now it's par baked. There's little spots that were like thinner that are a little bit more brown. Hopefully they'll be alright when they cook. I think they will. If not, it's not that big of a deal really. You guys can probably roll it out evenly and stuff. I just kind of did it quickly. But it's good. And we're going to put in the sauce. We're going to put on the cheese. We're going to put on the toppings. We're going to let it cook. And then we'll see the finished product of it. So sauce first. So the cheese, I have Parmesan, which I used in the sauce. And I also have mozzarella. Also not endorsed by Food Lion, they're just cheaper. Now, I'm going to lay out mushrooms. And now we're putting on the sausage. So I'm gonna save the rest of my mushrooms and sausage and stuff for later on this week. I'm probably gonna make another one of these for myself. But yeah, let's bake this. It's gonna be 350, and I'm gonna give it 10 minutes to start. I'm just gonna watch it. Well, you guys will see the finished product. I'll update you on the time it took to cook it, and then we'll try it. Alright, so this is what the pizza looks like right now. Pretty good. So we could have given it a little bit more time for the crust to get a little bit more brown, but it's fully cooked and the cheese is melted. There's a little bit more water because of the mushrooms. I could have cooked the mushrooms ahead and put them on, but it'll be fine. So let's cut into this thing and try it. Okay, so I changed scenery to try this one. So we're gonna try the pizza. I also have a beer, because pizza and beer is awesome together. If you do this recipe, drink a beer with it. That doesn't matter. I don't actually care. But also I can open it with my handy little Cyanide and Happiness bottle opener. I got this from PAX East. It was a pretty awesome little perk. So let's try this. There's a little aluminum foil stuck at the bottom of this. Alright, let's try it. You and me, we're always somewhere in between. That's good. That's a good dough recipe. And it's definitely a good sauce. And like the only thing I would have changed, I think, was the mushrooms were a little watery, but even that isn't that bad. There's barely any liquid foam on here. So yeah, I'm gonna try it again real quick. So that's really good pizza. I'm definitely gonna make this again this week for myself. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, these are going to be a weekly thing now. There might be a couple that are 2 weeks between, depending on the time I have, because these do take a little bit of time. Not so much for the cooking part of it, but well, a little bit of the cooking part of it, because recording these I have to like take extra steps to make sure I'm getting shots and stuff. But also the editing takes a while. I put a lot of work into the editing of these. So. But yeah, this will be a weekly thing. It was really fun to do, and I'm glad people are actually enjoying watching them. So yeah, I will see you guys on the next video, and you guys have a good day. Also, this might be... I'm actually thinking that picked it up. Thinking...